Welcome to another episode of How My Pet Lives. We're all about taking you behind the doggy door to see how pets live across the country.
Twinkling lights, skyscrapers, it's the big city. Where can I be? New York City. It's How My Pet Lives, the holiday edition.
When people think of New York City during the holidays, they think of Rockefeller Center, over-the-top window displays, the giant Christmas tree, and a city full of stars. But there's one big star we wanted to meet.
How excited are you guys to meet Wrangler, of course. We are here on Television Plaza of the Today Show, and it's amazing to me, A, how gorgeous it is and how many people are here, but how small the space is. Where I'm standing right now is usually where they set up the stage for all of the concerts, but the big crowd pleaser was Wrangler.
I flew out the other day to do a shoot in Pittsburgh. And I landed at a small community airport. I got off the plane and I walked to get to my car and I went through the airport building and the first person who saw me said, "Where's Wrangler?" I was like, "What about him?"
It is amazing to me how many people are going crazy over him. Like he's a little rock star.
Yeah, it is funny. He gets signs and people come to see him. It's great. It's been good for him.
He's so cute. He's very attentive.
He is.
Very
He's
on
a big
you.
boy, yeah.
He's very.
He knows who has the cookie pouch. So.
Oh, is that why he's looking at you like this?
This puppy with a purpose, along with his raiser, Saxon Eastman, have been a part of the Today Show for a year now. His high-profile colleagues are some of his biggest fans.
I love what you guys are doing with Puppy with a Purpose.
Yeah, you know what? We thought about it a lot, and everybody always wanted to have a pet around here, and just to have a pet didn't seem, we all have pets at home, didn't seem to make sense, but when we were approached with this idea that Wrangler would be doing good for someone else eventually, it really made sense.
One very special guest in the Today Show Plaza has followed Wrangler's story since his first day on the show. Her name is Lainey Yoakum, and this was the trip of a lifetime for her.
I know you're just 11, but is this like one of the biggest days for you?
Yes, probably definitely one of the biggest days of my life. I've been a fan of Wrangler ever since he joined the show.
Lainey has autism and knows firsthand the difference a pet can make for people with special needs.
I have difficulties with doing things. I can't really understand some things or do something. So it's just a little bit different. I mean,
what do animals do for you?
They're really special, and like they really kind of make me feel calmer and in a better place.
And would you like to do kind of something like this when you grow up?
Yes.
I've raised 4 dogs, and I have to say his journey has been the most unique thus far.
Oh, absolutely. This probably has to be some of the best training, though, because there's so much going on.
Definitely.
He has to be very, very focused.
Absolutely. Socialization is super important for future guide dogs because guide dogs have to stay focused no matter what the situation. And here he's really experienced it all, so it's been great.
We're now in a holding pattern. Wrangler is sitting very patiently. We're about to go back on Television Plaza where he's going to hang out with the Today Show anchors.
The countdown is starting to the show. We're all kind of beholden to the clock. We're thinking about the interviews we're doing and the news we're going to cover, and just take 30 seconds to walk from the desk to over here and say, you know what? Let's have a little playtime. We throw the ball to him, or we give him a treat and we rub his belly. It's kind of nice. On the one hand, we're going to miss him around here, and we'll have to figure out whether we have another Wrangler. But on the other hand, he's leaving for the right reason. He's leaving to go enhance someone's life and make their life easier. And so if we keep that in our mind and not the selfish side of it, that we're going to miss having him to play with in the morning before the show, I think it's easy.
Another Wrangler? Could it be? We'll meet the team at Guiding Eyes for the Blind to find out how they train puppies with a purpose like Wrangler. But first, we want to introduce you to a different type of Wrangler.
You must be Jordana.
I am.
Are you the cat wrangler?
I am.
Nice to meet you,
Very nice to
finally.
meet you. Yes, yes.
Okay, are we ready to wrangle?
We'll do the best we can.
I guess not we, but you.
I will wrangle. You can watch.
Okay. So, we're in the apartment. What do you typically do
Okay, so
right when you get here?
come in. I usually assess the environment first. So I put my bag down.
Are these your tricks of the trade?
These are. We'll see whether I need them or not. It
Okay.
depends. Each cat situation is a different requirements. Okay. So I would come in first, and I would look around, just make sure the cat is not in the bedroom and the bedroom doors are closed. Getting a cat from under a bed is the hardest thing in the world. Best thing for a cat, worst thing for a cat wrangler. So making sure the bedroom doors are closed. Bathroom is gold. Limited ability for the cat to get away, so that allows the capture to be more successful.
Cats are sneaky little creatures.
They are desperate. They are smart. They're crafty, and they're desperate.
You're here to get Myrtle.
Myrtle.
That's her name?
Yep. Little Miss Myrtle.
Okay.
I'm here to get her so she can go for a vet appointment.
So your goal is to simply get her in a carrier?
Just get her into the carrier so the owner can take her to the vet for her appointment.
Okay, so you've assessed the situation. Myrtle, she's in the corner, right?
She's in the corner. She's looking very sad.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is, and I don't know how she's gonna react, but what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get the carrier, which is here. A lot of people like to load the cats from the top. I don't. I don't airborne cats. I try to keep cats. I do a lot of swish and swivel. Yeah, I try not to lift them because then they've got flailing legs and body parts and nails and teeth and all these things that are hard to control. If I can keep them on the ground,
Yes.
I can keep them level, I can limit their mobility. And so I do a lot of swish and swivel.
You are so great. I don't want to call you the cat whisperer, but
Don't call me that, actually,
no,
because
you don't like that, do you?
I don't, because
Yeah.
it's not magical, and it's not. There's nothing hard to understand about it. There's nothing special about me doing it, except that I've done it so many times. Let me grab my bag of tricks,
Okay.
and in here.
Yeah. So what do you have in there?
So this is a Swifter handle,
Yes.
right? But a lot of times the cats are in a place that I can't get them, and I have to nudge them out from underneath it. So with the Swifter handle, it's actually really useful because I can gauge the size of it.
Yeah.
So sometimes a broom is too long, and I can't really get that. So I don't prod the cat. I
Right.
just sort of encourage it with a little nudging
And this
to
is
move it.
This is important to know. You work for a local rescue, right?
I volunteer manage a local
Yes.
rescue organization.
So obviously everything you do is to the
Empathy of the animal. It's
Yes.
no. It's always about trying to make it as simple as possible for the cat. So no, I always do it I talk to the cats throughout, and I try to make it as simple as possible and as smooth as possible. All right, Miss Mertz, you're gonna make it easy for me or hard? See, okay, so now I'm approaching, and she's getting defensive. She knows that there's an issue. Hi, baby girl. Hi, Myrtle. Okay, see, she's gonna run. Generally what I do is I put the carrier up against something solid so it doesn't move backward.
I see her trying to look around the corner.
Now she's trying to, she's crying. She's crying. Hi, Mertz. Come here, my little girl. Yeah? Okay. Where's my girl? Cover you up. I put my hand in the back of their neck. It protects me from getting bitten, and it gives me a nice solid way to hold them. And then generally, if I am gonna lift them, I lift them from underneath and close to the body and carry her over to where the carrier is. So we kind of slide her in. There you go, love. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, baby girl. All right. And we never celebrate until we are zipped. Okay? You good? What do you think, little girl? What do you think, huh? It wasn't so bad, was it? It wasn't so bad. Okay. So she can go.
That's impressive.
She
That
didn't-
took no time at all.
Yeah.
Wow. She's ready to go.
She's ready to go.
And off she went onto the streets of New York, and off we went north of the city to a special place where people gather to remember their pets. Hartsdale Cemetery in Westchester County, the oldest pet cemetery in the U.S., and at 5 acres, the second largest in the world.
Dr. Johnson, veterinarian who was the founder of the cemetery, used to come up here and live in the house on weekends. So by that act, evolved what you see now.
Meet Ed Martin Jr., president of Hartsdale Cemetery. His family has been involved with Hartsdale for more than 30 years.
How did you get into this?
I came here in 1974. My dad, who was doing monument work for a number of years at the cemetery, asked me to come up as an accountant.
And the tradition continues with nearly 500 pets buried in the cemetery each year.
When somebody buries a pet here, they effectively purchase a little piece of land. They buy the right to bury as many pet animals in that site as the ground will take. So there's plots that have 2, 3, 4 pets, depending on the size of the pet that they're burying.
And it's not just pets who call Hartsdale home.
Your parents are buried here?
Yes, they are.
With their pets?
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Would you be buried here?
There's a couple blank stones down there.
Really? Before I came here, I thought it a tad unusual for humans to want to be buried here with their pets, but I actually get it now. Once you're here, I totally get it.
Yeah.
So how about celebrity pets?
Yes, Mariah Carey buried a pet a number of years ago. Clarence the cat, she came up for the ceremony.
My eternal friend and guardian angel, you'll always be a part of me forever. I love how she just put M.
Yeah.
That's what celebs do, you know.
Yeah.
And tributes to our brave 4-legged friends.
The War Dog Memorial area, if we call it that, a place of honor, it's a special place within a special place. It was created in prior to 1923 when it was completed. It has since been extended to the animals, I should say, of all wars, plus animals of service. So, for example, seeing eye dogs, hearing dogs, anything at all, we have a ceremony that honors that.
And at the end of the day, it's all about love.
I think a lot of people sense what you sensed, and that is that this is kind of a different place. It's a place of love. Why would anybody go through the expense? The vast majority of people don't bury. So it's really a tremendous act of love.
My dog's name is Toby, and I sometimes call her Tobiums.
Her name is Ella, and we call her Bella. We call her Books.
My dog's name is Miles. He has a collection of nicknames.
Stinky Head.
Sweetheart, that's my husband, call her Sweetheart.
I think of him as Sherlock.
My dog's name is Switch. I'll call her Porky, Bear.
There's a baby Miles and there's a Hurricane Miles.
Smelly, she was a little smelly today.
Some of the places in New York I like to take my pet are here, Madison Square Park.
Around UN area, First Avenue, Midtown.
Switch and I like to walk along the East River because there's a lot of soccer fields over there, so we play fetch.
Sometimes a little bit Washington Square Park dog run.
We love to come to Madison Green Park because she loves people, and there's a lot of people here.
The West Side Highway by 23rd and 11th, there's that triangle.
For Christmas, I'd like to buy some fancy cookies and fancy clothing.
She loves to open gifts, and we get her bones, and we get her, she loves stuffed animals.
She'll get a couple bones. Every day is Christmas for Switch.
I'm just here to pay the bills. He tells me what he wants. Very demanding puppy. He's a rescue from the Bronx, actually. Say hello, Bronx.
From From New York City.
From New York City.
From New York City.
How does your pet live?
How does your pet live?
Our story comes full circle as we make our way to Guiding Eyes for the Blind, where Wrangler got his start. They train puppies to assist people with severe vision impairment, and as reproduction and cryogenic manager Clover Williams tells us, it's a scientific process.
You actually work in a lab.
I do
right?
have a lab with microscopes and fancy equipment. And we've been selectively breeding puppies with a purpose for over 5 decades. We got our start in the business by taking dogs out of pounds, and our goal is to produce the puppies that we need to make guide dogs, but we don't want to overproduce puppies. And our goal is that each generation is a little bit better than the generation before, and that's in temperament and in health. This is McAllen, and his mom's name is Avita, and his father's name is Donald. And it was
a match made in heaven?
A match made in heaven. When his mom was ready to breed, we looked at a lot of data to find out who we would feel would produce the best puppies.
Why labs?
Labradors, well, they have the short hair coat, so our clients don't need to worry about grooming. They're easy to handle as a breed. We use a lot of food motivation, and it's a nice, easy breed to train. And above everything, they're very loyal. They're adaptable to different handlers, but once they're with a handler, they're so loyal and they just want to please.
These puppies with a purpose can open up new worlds for their human companions, like Elaine Mara. She's at Guiding Eyes for the Blind to train her second assistant dog, Sissy.
You've been with her just 2 weeks.
Yep.
It is amazing to me how well you guys work together. But there's a lot of training involved in these 2 weeks.
It is. It's very early in the morning, early mornings, late nights, and just a lot of bonding.
Guiding Eyes for the Blind has a large campus that includes an obstacle course where the puppies and their people learn to work together.
She has been absolutely amazing, and she's working really, really hard, pulling around obstacles and finding the way. No distractions, no sniffing, no nothing. And it was easy. You crazy dog.
After Elaine and Sissy showed me how it's done, it was my turn to try the course.
So go ahead and scoop up that harness handle.
Okay.
You're going to start with your left foot slightly forward. Okay. We're going to tell her, Kara, forward.
Kara, forward.
You're doing a nice job keeping your arm out in front of you. Meander down the path.
Good job.
She stopped. Find it with your left foot. With her. We're going uphill a little bit.
Okay.
Keep come. No, you got it. Go with her. Step. I won't let you fall.
Okay. Good job, Kara.
I was surprised by how moving the experience was.
When I was going around there, I did trust the dog that I had, Kara, but I was still, hesitant. But that's what you need to do.
Yeah, you have to put your entire life into the dog's hands, because it's a lifesaver, because there's an extra set of eyes looking out for me. The first walk you take with a guide dog after using a cane or being without a dog for a while, it's truly freedom, because you're not probing at the ground, feeling every nook and cranny. You're not bumping into people. You don't have people scattering to get out of your way. When you're walking with a guide dog, you're part of the fabric of society. You're part of that crowd that's walking down the street.
And it all starts with a puppy with a purpose. That's how these pets live in the Big Apple. We'll see you next time for another episode of How My Pet Lived.